Hi everyone, Mr. Create here. Welcome to the Alley-Oop episode 3, and we have 3 things that we're going to talk about today. The first thing is an application that I created, a web application using Webflow as the front end and Knack as the back end. Then we're going to talk about CountUpJS, a lightweight script that I use to show numbers counting up on page load. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is the STL Web Flow meetup. But we're going to talk specifically about the video that I created to invite everyone in the area to come out. So enough talking, let's jump into the first. Alright, so now we're within our project showing the Webflow Knack combination, and just to give you some background on how this came about, an awesome company in Texas called the 100KMC reached out to me about a year or so ago to create a Webflow website, but then were interested in me possibly creating a application using Knack so that users could input their meters and show that meter as logs within their profile. Fairly simple. I just began using Knack and I jumped at the opportunity to continue to learn. And then it completely expanded out to something even more. And let's jump into the back end of the application to show you. So right now what you're able to see is some of the embed codes that are being utilized on the Webflow dashboard. So for instance, this is the Webflow account login, and this actually allows users to log in using their account information. For instance, each account has records assigned to them, such as their roles, team connection, name, email, and paid users have passwords and user statuses. And there are also even challenge administrators, and these are the admin or people part of the 100KMC company that complete admin tasks as well. So it's an awesome opportunity, and it has completely ballooned in something way more than what I could have even imagined. So what you can see here is all of the pages within the application that are being utilized. And let's take a look at what this application looks like. So on this scores page, each user can see their scores as they progress. So this is like a timeline here that a user can note how many meters they've completed on their timeline, a percentage based on the activities that they complete. So like spin bike percentage versus their road bike percentage, their meter logs, running scores, and so much more within this application. And they can even see themselves versus the challenge, meaning their progress, such as the sum of their scores, averages. A plethora of things have gone into this application as we built this out. But as you can notice, the design of this is slightly lacking. Now, Knack has provided a great template, but I know Webflow can provide an even better user experience. So that's when I began tinkering with code to actually bring this over into Webflow. And so I've utilized some of those embed codes into a Webflow project. And so here you can see the login. But what's really awesome are the other pages that we talked about, like the Your Scores page. So here on the Your Scores page, the user can see their activity. So let's look at this on the live site. So if we go to the live site and I'm logged in, you'll note that it welcomes me with my name, shows me the total number of meters I've completed, how many days are left in the challenge, and it breaks down the meters based on the activities that I've completed. Within that, I can view all of my stats from all the dates that I've completed. So I get a meter log as well here. The daily score is very much the same, but just in a better experience, and I'm still providing a better layout as well. So I'm going to change some of the colors and things of that nature, but this was our initial stab at it. And this is just a great opportunity. So I'm giving you some background on how this was created. So as you can see here, where these scores are implemented here, it is being pulled in from a embed element within the project that is hidden. So if we go here and take a look at this hidden Knack application, that's what's going on here. We can see that there is an embed element, and that's where it is being pulled from. So if I publish this and take a look at our Your Scores page, we can then note this embed element here that is hidden. And I am using some JavaScript and jQuery and placing it in locations within my application so that the users can see it defined in a better, just better experience. And that custom code is not only implemented here on the Webflow project, but also within Knack as well. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Just wanted to give you some behind the scenes. And if you're interested in stuff like this, I'm going to be creating a masterclass that I'll be presenting in the near future. Hopefully by the top of this upcoming year. So stay tuned, and I would love to present this to you. Alrighty, so now let's jump into the next one. Pretty cool. So I am so excited about being able to create web applications using the combo of Webflow as the front end and Knack as the back end. So much so that I'm in the process of creating a masterclass. And if you're interested, feel free to leave a comment in below, and I'll make sure to get in contact with you. So enough talking, let's jump into the next. Alright, so now we are back within our Knack application, and if you caught it when I was presenting it previously or earlier, you'll notice that this number here actually kind of scrolls up as the page loads. So I'll reload the page here, and you'll note that it begins to count the numbers that are within my application as it goes to that number that is within the application. And this is being implemented using CountUpJS. So it's a lightweight script that you can implement easily within your Webflow project simply by having these variables here. And so let's take a look at our Webflow project to see how this works. So we'll go into our page settings, take a look at some of the custom code here, and you'll notice that it's simply the same items that were presented within CountUpJS. So it's these var, this variable, as well as these initiations as well. So within these, you can change the easing, the grouping, how separators are implemented, decimals, and things of that nature, and then simply update and then apply, and grab these settings here and place it within your Webflow project. So you'll notice here that the element that I'm utilizing is total meters, and it is this element here, or the ID of total meters, that is being counted. So feel free to take a look at CountUpJS to easily add this to your Webflow project. It's such a great, very cool, and kind of a eye-catching script and user experience. Alrighty, so now let's jump into the next one. Pretty cool. So CountUpJS is awesome, and I've only found it here recently, and it worked perfectly for this particular project. So let's jump into the next. Alrighty, so now we're within our last project that I wanted to present today, and it's simply a STL Web Flow meetup invitation video that I'm excited to present to all the designers, developers, any Webflow addict in the area, just to share, to get as many people out, because November 29th at Atomic Dust at 6 p.m. we'll be having our third Webflow meetup showcasing e-commerce. But in this video, one thing I wanted to share was this little interaction. And again, as we all know, as web designers, or as we're learning, those little interactions are what make things so much fun to watch, see, and use. So as you can see, there's just this little pop that occurs, and to kind of tie it into web design, this is kind of like a micro interaction, something, and if you were at the previous meetup, you got to learn about micro interactions from the awesome Riley Jones, and it's just a little bit of sugar and spice on the design or on the video that catches your eye. Not only is there this pop interaction, but there's a sound as well. You might can hear there's a little pop that occurs, and that also draws your ear to that interaction as well. So hopefully this gave you some insight on some of the things that I get into. Outside of that, let's have a proper goodbye. I am so excited about the upcoming STL Web Flow meetup. The last one that we had at Atomic Dust was so much fun. So many awesome people came out. So I'm really looking forward to the next. So hopefully I'll see you there. And until next time, have a great one.